We ready? Good afternoon. Welcome. We're here at the site of Totino Grace High School for the Section 5A semifinals between the Maranatha Mustangs and the Avail Academy Valor. Maranatha came off their win. They won 3-1 over Fridley, and the Avail Academy won 6-1 over Brooklyn Center. Those games were played on Wednesday. It's about 55 degrees out, a little bit of wind. Sounds like the wind died down. Hopefully the rain has subsided. We had a lot of rain over the last couple days, but we're playing on a turf field, so hopefully the rain does not affect the players in this game. Looks like it drains real well. Avail Academy finished their regular season at 11-3. They were third in their conference. These teams had 4 games. They played similar opponents. Both teams won all 4. Lincoln International, Maranatha won 7-2. Lincoln International lost to Avail 9-1. They both played Nova Classical Academy, with Maranatha beating them 4-0, and Nova lost to Avail 1-0. And they both played Concordia Academy, both victories 8-2 for Maranatha and 5-1 for Avail. And then last but not least, Hope Academy, which both were shutouts by both teams, Avail winning 2-0 and Maranatha beating Hope 4-0. So I don't know what that tells us. Avail's been very stingy on defense, only giving up 1.4 goals per game. They've been on average scoring a little over 4. Kind of inflated. They scored 12 goals against Groves Academy, and then they scored 9 against Lincoln. So kind of bloated from a few wins of theirs. So I think today will be a very good game. I'm going to think it's going to be around a 2-1 victory. I think either team can win this. Maranatha, I know, did some film work instead of practicing yesterday, and they feel very confident about what's going on. So goalies today, Grant Bennett in goal for Maranatha. And Mr. Bach is the goalkeeper for Avail, and we'll get started here in the kickoff for Avail. Kicked all the way back to the defense line, and right there Atoma is there to pick it off, and Dimitrov to Batal. Back out to Atoma. Atoma into the corner. Atoma back to Johnson. Johnson tried to find Dimitrov and intercepted by an Avail midfielder. He kicks it back to the defender. That's Bruin back there. Skop up there. Rennie, though, intercepts it. One touch, Johnson over to Dimitrov. He tries to find Batal and then kicked out. Here comes Johnson over to Dimitrov. Dimitrov to the middle, and he finds Christensen. Christensen looking left-footed over to Johnson, but it finds Dimitrov. Dimitrov trying to find some space, kicks it, and that'll be a goal kick for the Avail Academy. Bach is in goal for Avail. He'll goal kick it here. Looks like the center ref talking to the AR. They put 45 minutes on the clock. Not sure if that's the correct time, but that's what they have on the scoreboard. Bach here with the kick and headed off by Atoma. Mick kicks it back, and then Batal gets it to the middle, but tapped out by a defender, and Bach picks it up. Bach throws it down the middle and picked up by Avail, by Mick. Mick gets through a couple Maranatha Mustangs, then booted up, and Christensen on the defense here in front of number 18, Van Geest, but picked up by Avail and then defended by Maranatha. Ball's struggling around at the top of the box here. 15 picks it up, and then Johnson tackles it. Atoma can't get a hold of it, and it's back to Van Geest. He skies one left of the goal, and it'll be a goal kick for Maranatha. Be my only worry is once in a while the Maranatha Mustangs kind of get a little sleepy on the defense, and once in a while they'll let in a kind of a softy goal. So hopefully that doesn't happen today. Rennie up to Johnson, back to Bennett. Bennett over to Christensen. Avail's coming up quick and then picked off by Van Geest, and now Johnson with it. Left foot up to Kai-Hai. Kai-Hai tries a one-touch. He does find JoJo. Off to Bowers. Bowers to the middle to Dimitrov. Dimitrov on the left foot here. Kicks it up far up to Bartolomeus, and he'll grab it to the corner. Scanning the field is JoJo, trying to get past two defenders, and the ball gets in the middle and kicked away by Ridzema. Out to Bowers. Bowers centers it, and then deflected off by Avail, and then Mueller gets it over to Atoma. Atoma to Patel, one touch out to Johnson. Johnson in the middle. Back out to Bowers. Bowers out to Bartolomeus. Very patient Mustangs team early on. Bartolomeus gets by two of them, tipped out, and looks like a corner kick. I don't see the referee's signal here. Yep, we'll get a corner kick. Looks like Johnson's going to take that. So the Mustangs with the corner kick. They've scored a lot of goals on their corner kicks. See what Johnson does here. Keeps it on the floor or puts it in the air. This one stays on the floor. Avail right there to upset that pass. Mueller puts his foot on it, and then Dimitrov gets it to Atoma. Atoma back to Dimitrov. Dimitrov still on it. Back out to Bowers. Bowers back to Dimitrov, and then tipped away by Avail, and then back to Dimitrov's foot. Back to Johnson, and then defended. Kai-Hai. Now back to Bowers. Bowers with a kick, and Mueller comes up. Back to Dimitrov. Good possession again by the Mustangs. Atoma to Batal. Batal to the middle to Dimitrov, and then off the leg of a defender. Atoma gets it into the corner here. Avail kicks it, and it stays into play. Johnson now picks it up. See, Avail really packs it in on the defensive side. We can understand why they only give up less than 1.5 goals a game. Here comes Bartolomeus, looking for space. He kicks it high corner off the top of the crossbar. Atoma's there in the box, but Avail kicks it out. Dimitrov trying to get possession there and finally booted out by the Avail defense. Bowers heads it off, and Rennie kicks it out. Now Christensen gets it. That was kind of a dangerous play. Christensen does keep it into play, and then off to an Avail player. Mick gets it. Now tries to get it to his teammate Van Geest, and kicked out, and a throw-in for the Maranatha Mustangs. Boy, Bartolomeus had a nice look there. Hit the very top of the crossbar, and in fact, on the lower end of it, so really good chance there. And then Toma was there, but he just couldn't get a rebound chance. Speaking of Bartolomeus, one touch to Dimitrov, and then run down here. Bartolomeus wins the race. This is one thing they talked about. They thought they had an advantage on speed, and Bartolomeus just can't keep a control of it. It'll be a goal kick for Avail. They felt like they can get these corners on this Avail team. The defense likes to pinch in, so if it's Atoma on the right side or JoJo on the left side, they feel like they can get this ball in the offensive zone. Goal kick by Bach onto the foot of Mick, and then Kai-Hai picks it up. JoJo chases it down. Mick on the defense, and then picked up by Avail. Into the middle. Johnson makes a nice play. See if Batal can get there. See if Atoma has a chance. Nice stop by 21. That's Bruin on the defense there. Batal with the one touch out, and then picked up by Mick. Mick on it. He one touches it to his teammate, and then off to the races. Here's out to 18. That's Van Geest. Van Geest moving it up. Pretty methodical. Off to Mick. Mick left foot in the middle there and stopped by Christensen. Christensen up to Atoma. Atoma one touch to Dimitrov, and see if the Mustangs can reset it. Dimitrov turns and boots it all the way back to Bach. Bach picks it up and throws it up quickly and gets it up to Skuttinga. Skuttinga can't keep it, and Johnson with it now. Batal, one touch, but defended well. Kicked up and kicked out by Avail. Christensen in pursuit. Here comes Van Gies with the left foot, but right in the belly of Bennett. He picks it up. You can see Avail does turn the ball quickly from defense to offense, and they've given themselves a couple chances. One touch off of Ridzema's foot, and then Atoma gets it. One touch to Batal. Batal 1-on-4. In the middle, trying to beat the guy, and then defended well by Skop. Kai gets run over, and then we'll get a foul on number 13, Skuttinga. And we'll get a free kick here for Maranatha. When I got here, the wind was blowing pretty good from left to right, but as we started the game, the wind definitely died down. I don't really see the leaves moving around much. There's a little flag on the upright that's moving just slightly, so the wind isn't really going to be much of a factor, at least right now. So Dimitrov on the free kick. Nice free kick up there, but easy pick up by Bach. He'll quickly throw it down, and Youngchuk gets it. Youngchuk off to a teammate into the middle, and now Kai with it. One touch over to Dimitrov. Dimitrov trying to find some space. One touch to Batal. Lefty. Batal just wide. Another good chance for the Mustangs. Dimitrov, quite frankly, he even had a shot at it. Nice pass over to Batal. Batal had options. Just kicked it a little bit wide. Bach will line up the goal kick. Actually, his teammate Youngchuk on the goal kick. He does find Van Giest. Van Giest with the kick, and it's going to roll down. Rennie's there. He'll just leave it for the goalie to play. Grant Bennett's just going to kick it into the box and pick it up. Inside 36 minutes. Grant Bennett with a nice high punt, bounces up. Headed off by Bruin. There's two Bruins on the back line for Avail. Mick over to Skuttinga. And then Johnson picks it up. Johnson deflected off by Skop. And they're going to play it out, but actually that's a throw-in for the Mustangs. So Bruin, that'd be Karsten Bruin, thought the ball was off a Mustang, and it wasn't. We'll get a throw-in here, and Christensen on the throw-in for the Mustangs. Big throw-in off the head of Avail, and then Johnson boots it off Atoma's foot, and a throw-in for Avail. That was Ani with the header, number 23. Throw-in for Avail, and then found the head of a Christensen, and then Dimitrov kicks it down to Banstra. Banstra's the backup goalie. Found that out, but he has not been used all year. Bach's been in there the whole time. Rennie comes in with the header, flying in. Ball's bouncing around. Looks like it'll be a throw-in for Avail as that one hit off Bartolomeus. Skuttinga on the throw-in and off the head of Bowers, and Mick will tip it up, and then he finds a teammate. Bruin kicks it in, but Christensen there. Mueller up to Atoma, but couldn't connect, and we'll have a throw-in for Avail. Ridzema on the throw-in. Headed off by Rennie. Atoma, nice header, and then Kai with it. He brings it up, and Avail on the defense. And nice play by Batal. Kicks it off an Avail player. We'll get a throw-in here about the inside the 20-yard line. Christensen. A little too much for Batal, but he'll get another chance as it's headed off by Skop. Christensen. Going to throw it in the box again, but number 23 is right there, but off the foot of Batal, and then Dimitrov gets in there. Batal, though, hustles and gets it. Sounds like he wants it further back. The foul happened earlier. He was trying to see if Atoma could get through that physical play by Skop. Here comes Dimitrov on the free kick into the middle of the field. Batal there. off the chest of Banstra, and then kicked ahead. Bowers with a nice play and heads it off, but finds an Avail player. Ridzema with just a little chip shot and off the head of Christensen.
Mark up. We're good.